Hey, Goben here. It's time to look at our very first limited unit, Ellen, an extraordinarily strong DPS. Whether you're on your way to pull her or already have, I hope this guide shows you just how cool Ellen is. She has a very fluid playstyle with very flashy and high damaging attacks, and she is definitely our best DPS on release. So we'll go through her abilities and combos and how to play her. We'll look at her best disc or relics or artifacts from other games, as well as her best weapons, known as W engines, and finally teams. If you like this video, make sure to like and sub to catch more guides, and let's begin. Ellen is an S-rank ice attack type character, meaning she is a unit designed as a main carry. With the highest base attack in the game, Ellen starts off strong, and her core stat is crit rate, allowing you to have a base 19.4% at level 60. Now let's check her out in game. For unique UI elements, in the top left we see 6 charges, and these are known as flash freeze charges. She can spend them to enhance her basic attack strings, using 1 flash freeze per basic attack that you want to enhance. Here is an enhanced basic attack combo, and here is a regular one, side by side. It can also be used to enhance her dash attack, and here are both of those side by side. Her basic attack combo is a series of 3 attacks with increasingly high multipliers. The third basic attack is around 65% of the whole basic attack string's multiplier value. So looking to finish it or get to the third basic attack through other means is essential for burst damage. So for our very first beginner combo, we have basic 1, basic 2, basic 3. Her enhanced combo not only has way higher multipliers but also does ice damage, contributing to Anomaly, which is a big burst of damage for ice characters. It will also be buffed by ice damage sources, which is important for her weapon and disc drive stats. It also gets big self buffs from her kit. So Goben, how do we get these flash freeze charges to perform our enhanced basics? The first way is to use her X special, and she has 2 variants. Tail Swipe is her normal X special, and Shark Nami is her second one. Shark Nami can only be accessed through using her X special just after Tail Swipe, so you'd want to have enough energy stored if you want to use both of them back to back. Each of these specials will give 1 flash freeze charge. We therefore have to use 3 specials to get the 3 charges we want, which is a bit too much. However, Ellen can in fact go straight to her enhanced basic 3 after using an X special. She can do it after Tail Swipe or Shark Nami. So your new combo is X special into enhanced basic 3. But remember, we want both special attacks. So ideally, our full combo is now X special 1, X special 2, enhanced basic 3. Note that using X special 1 into enhanced basic 3 isn't too bad if you don't have the energy and can delete the boss with this quick sequence. It's also very good into weak enemies, considering they'll probably die in the quicker combo rather than needing you to spend even more energy. The other way, and in fact the quickest way to get 3 charges ASAP, is through her roaming mode. When holding the dash key instead of tapping it, she will go into this cool looking mode where she moves much faster. It also grants her brand new attacks. If you use a basic attack, you get Arctic Ambush, granting you 1 flash freeze. If you hold the basic attack, you get a longer animation, but this charge scissor attack grants 3 whole charges. This long animation is a bit annoying, but we have a way to counteract it. If you perfect dodge or perform a quick assist on Ellen, its charge time is greatly reduced for a short period. Perfect dodging is dodging when an enemy is just about to attack you. A quick assist can be performed when you fail a dodge on another unit and swap in. You can also get one if you use a support's X special or their chain attack. And these 2 are the most common and accessible quick assist triggers, and we don't want to fail dodges anyway. So a recap, we want to hold a dash, then hold basic attack for 3 charges. The roaming state is achieved very quickly, so we can transition into this charge attack ASAP. And ideally we get this after dodging an attack or swapping in with a quick assist. This gives us the following sequence. As for a chain attack and ultimate, they are just big damage nukes, so no special qualities to them, though their animations are stellar. A full burst combo on a boss enemy would be 1, stunning the enemy with your stun unit. 2, you unleash your chain attacks. You can end on Lycaon or on Sukaku, but if you end on Lycaon, make sure to have Sukaku chain before Ellen and then swap to Ellen after Lycaon acts. Then you unleash your combo. You first pop her ultimate if you have it. The next part is dependent on your energy. and max energy 2x special into enhanced basic 3, x special into enhanced basic 3. If you only have enough energy for 2x specials, go for an x enhanced basic 3, x enhanced basic 3 combo. If you have no energy at all for whatever reason, use the quick assist to perform a charged scissor attack in the roaming state to gain 3 flash freezes, then go for the full enhanced basic attack string. Now this is all versus bosses. When versus many weaker enemies, opt to do quick assist into your charge attack for an easy 3 flash freezes, allowing you to unleash many giant AoE enhanced basic attacks onto your foes. You could even opt for her enhanced dash attacks. A full combo with Ellen on field versus trash enemies would be quick assist or perfect dodge into your roaming charge attack into a 3 enhanced basic combo. You'd then be able to mix in smaller combos like X1 into enhanced basic 3 or X1, X2 instead. You'll be generating a lot of days with your team in general, allowing for tons of chain attacks from your support that will then lead into another quick assist for those easy 3 flash freeze combos. Finally, her core passive and additional ability. Her core passive greatly buffs the crit damage of her enhanced basic attacks. It also buffs her charged scissor strike, which is what we use when trying to get 3 charges. So this heavily benefits our rotations damage in both parts, the acquisition of the flash freezes and the consumption of them. This further reinforces the playstyle of aiming for enhanced basic attacks, as the standard ones are very weak in comparison now. Her additional ability will let her stack up 3% ice damage bonus up to 10 times whenever she deals ice damage, and dealing ice damage keeps refreshing the duration. So essentially, during her burst rotation, she maxes this out insanely quickly and keeps it up permanently. You'll need either another Ice-type agent in your team to activate this, or a unit from Victoria Housekeeping. Conveniently, Von Lycaon is both, but having both conditions fulfilled will not double the buff. So Ellen is a very high damaging unit with some awesome combos. You'll look to generate charges and then consume them. You take some effort to get the combos down right, but isn't too complex once you've figured out what to do. Versus weak waves of enemies, you can even go no-brain mode and spam out X specials and enhanced basics. She's very fun and fast-paced and a very strong DPS. So if you want a great head start to Zenless Zone 0, she could be a great pickup for you. Let's check out her Mindscapes, which are the unit copy system in ZZZ. A Mindscape 1 gives her crit rate and much stronger flash freeze generation. In a burst rotation on a stunned enemy, this doesn't do all too much, but this is very nice quality of life otherwise. You can now get 3 charges on an uncharged roaming scissor strike and 6 from a charged one. This lets you get your normal 3 without any quick assist or dodge, or now lets you get double the usual amount if you are min-maxing her charge attacks. This makes her on-field presence much stronger versus non-bosses. Her second one gives her a large crit damage buff to her X special attacks. It also lets you get her second X special variant after enhanced basic attack 3, meaning you now have 2 ways of getting to it. As it is the stronger X variant, it means your new combo is X1, X2, enhanced basic 3, X2, with the last X2 used to be an X1, basically more damage. Her fourth doesn't benefit either of our rotations at all and doesn't seem necessary thanks to her M1. It's good for energy generation, I guess. Her final one grants her 20% pen ratio, which lets you ignore defense of the enemy. It also grants you a massive damage percent buff to your charged scissor strike. Implementing this charged scissor strike at the start of our rotation, we see a sizable DPS increase. And on the standard rotation, it's very powerful. Now let's talk about builds. You will have 6 gear slots on your character. You can equip your character, thus, with a 4-piece of one disc set and a 2-piece of another. In my calculations, using a burst window with maximum Ellen damage, Puff Electro comes out ahead as her ultimate is a huge portion of damage and the subsequent buff is major. Woodpecker Electro is also very good for its crit rate and attack percent buffs. And the attack percent buffs from Puffer Electro and Woodpecker Electro 4-piece are in fact secondary attack percent multipliers. So they multiply your total calculated attack when entering combat, which is why they are insane. However, when you consider a standard rotation where the DPS is on field and not ulting, which is very normal for weak enemy fights, the disc drive ranking completely flips. Polar Metal ends up now being her best as it's designed for her on-field playstyle. Woodpecker still comes out very strong, and Puffer Electro drops a lot. So combining the ranking of both of these rotations, and Woodpecker is my pick for farming. It's also incredibly universal, so you can plop any other pieces on your other DPS. For 2 pieces, just go whatever. Attack percent with Hormone Punk, which is just regular attack percent, crit rate with Woodpecker, or ice damage percent with Polar. Pretty much just run whichever 2-piece has the best subsets. And so on to main stats. For a quick recap, we have 6 main stat slots. The first 3 slots are all fixed, with the 4th to 6th slots all having different possible main stats. On our 4th disc slot, we want crit damage or crit rate, depending on your crit ratio. For the 5th slot, opt for ice damage or attack percent, ideally damage percent, but attack percent is competitive in some disc drive setups. And finally, for her 6th slot, go for an attack percent main stat. For substats, you'll prioritize crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. In a burst rotation, the W engine situation is very rough, and everything is weak in comparison. However, when calculating for a standard on field rotation, the Brimstone creeps very close in power. And this makes sense. Her signature is extremely synergistic for herself with a whopping 44% crit rate and 25% ice damage, and the other ones fall off because they don't buff her massive boss combo as much. But when considering her on-field presence and lack of burst, the Brimstone's on-field massive combat attack percent multipliers go ham. Starlight Engine again pops off in both situations thanks to this combat attack percent, so I definitely recommend picking this up in the W Engine shop for a lot of attack units. Her signature is still way ahead of other options though, and is definitely a great pickup. Though we are in 1.0, so it won't be the end of the world if you don't start the game with an S rank and their signature weapon. For teams, her absolute best is Sukaku, Ellen, Von Lycaon. Von Lycaon's damage amping power is unmatched. His ability to stun the enemy is insane, and you can on-field him easily versus bosses thanks to his charged basic attacks. He also is Ice Element, allowing for some very frequent freezes, giving you even better damage windows for Ellen. As for Sukaku, she brings some massive attack buffs, as well as ice damage percent and even res pen at Mindscape 4. Furthermore, as a support, Sukaku allows you to easily proc quick assists with her X or chain attacks, thus reducing Ellen's charge attack duration. Her day's contribution is also pretty nice. Replacing Sukaku for Rina is possible if you just don't want to bother with Sukaku, but it will be a damage loss when considering the full potential of Sukaku. You also don't get as much daze or ice anomaly accumulation. I would not replace Lycaon ever for a support, and instead if you don't have Lycaon, you can run Khalida as another stun bot. She is not as powerful as Lycaon, especially in this team, but she works. And you definitely want to run Sukaku if you do run Khalida. So for a final tip, you probably want to aim for Lycaon on a reroll if you're aiming to main Ellen. Or you can pray he comes on the standard pity, or wait for the 300 selector. Anyways, I hope this video helped, and if it did, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and have a Guoba day.